Hello and welcome to MtG. My name is Vyacheslav, and if you like my videos, please support me by leave a comment, press the like button or subscribe to the channel. And today I tell you about the Rock, midrange or control black and green deck for Premodern. First version, actually even original version of the deck for Type 2, created I think 20 minutes ago by Sol Malka. The deck was named the Rock and his Millions, and it was a reference to the professional wrestler Dwayne Johnson, the Rock. And in the deck, the Hermit is the Rock, and Squirrel's tokens is his fans that scream his name. Deck is I prefer to name archetype as midrange, but the gameplay is slightly more controlish because it has mass removal and some advanced instruments and not so many win conditions. Also some specific combo to win the game, but you will see it today. Let's look at my version of the deck. And you can see it contains two big and cheap creatures for 4 mana, 5/5, and for 4 Blastoderm and Ravenous Ballad. So I think the deck can be more mid-ranging style, because you can play fast big creature by ramp and kill your opponent very fast if he don't answer for it. And also you can be very good in late game by help of your advantage combos and mass remove. Let's look at the cards in the deck. Start from the most interest for black color, discard. First one is Duress. It's a classic discard spell. You can discard any non-creature and non-land card from hand, and you can play it on the first turn without fear. Second discard spell is slightly different. It's Cabal Therapy. Very nice too. It can discard any non-land card, but you need to name it. It's like quiz, yeah. Also, card has a flashback, so you can play it from graveyard without mana, just to sacrifice creature. Slightly risky to use it on the first turn. You must know what your opponent can have in hand, some different traits. It can be Goblin Lackey for the goblins if you play second. Oh no, if you play first. If you play second, Goblin Lackey already on the table. And can't have option to create interest situations, because if you play against control, you can play Therapy for counter spell in middle game, and when your opponent, if he counter your Therapy, it will be very hard decision what he do. He have second counter spell and try to save it from Therapy, or he have only one counter spell and try to provoke you to use it to just look at the hand next time. Interest card. Next we see the walls. It's our protection and also some interest options. First is Wall of Roots. You can remove, you can put -1/-1 counter to this and have the green mana. It's very nice for our deck, because you remember, we have even our aggressive creatures is not cheap, it costs 4 mana, so it's nice plan to play this card on the first turn, ramp on the second, and big creature on the third. Also, it's fat wall, it can protect you and can be used in the future for sacrifice for Cabal Therapy or other effects. Next wall is good too, it's Wall of Blossoms. Can give you mana, not so big, just 0/4, not 0/5, but on the entrance battlefield you draw a card. It can be very helpful too, and of course it helps you to cycle your deck. I'll discard as playset. Now playsets of our big creatures. First one is Blastoderm with phasing, so he can attack only 3 times in this deck, because we can give him a haste. But it's 5/5 for 4 mana. Very powerful, very strong creature. In old school, Resumption costs a lot of money, but Blastoderm is very cheap. It's, I think, common. Also, Blastoderm is a beast, and it's nice combo with second big creature, Ravenous Ballad. For 4 mana, for 4, Ravenous Ballad have ability sacrifice a beast to gain 4 lives. So you can sacrifice your Blastoderm when he have no counters and will not alive in the next turn. Very fine. Now let's go to our removal. And the first most powerful, most effective removal, Pernicious Deed. It's enchantment for 3 mana, you can see, for X, and sacrifice and destroy creatures, enchantments, and artifacts. It mana cost less than this X. It's very fine against any deck with little creatures, because you can just for 4 or 5 mana put it into play and destroy table. And of course it's great against any big threats, because if it's on the table 1 turn, in the future you can use a lot of mana to destroy big creatures. Of course, deck also contains target removal. First one is a smoother. For 2 mana, destroy creature with mana cost 3 or less. Instant. It's good. It can kill our big ballots, but can kill a lot of treats in format like Pyrex and Dreadnought, yeah, if your opponent don't save him. Second removal, it's Vendetta. 1 black mana, destroy target creature, non-black creature, and you lose life equal to toughness. Not best removal in the game, yeah, even not best in Premodern, of course. Maybe even not best in the black, but it's our single answer for Goblin Lackey at the first turn. Yeah, if you play first, you can discard it or play second turn Wall to protect yourself. But if you play second and opponent already play Lackey, you have only 1 land, it's better to answer, right? And we finally in the combo section. It's a Recurring Nightmare, enchantment for 3 mana with ability you can use only on sorcery speed. You can sacrifice creature and return Nightmare to your hand to return target creature card from your graveyard to play. You can't return creature to sacrifice because you need to first choose a target, but it's still very cool. It's a very strange enchantment because, you know, very rare case that the opponent can disenchant it. Mostly you will play it and don't give a priority. You will sacrifice creature and you return it to hand at the same time. So I'm even not sure that is a good idea to do it as an enchantment, but why not? It has a lot of combinations in this deck with this card. We already see the Wall of Blossoms. So in a late game you can play Wall of Blossom, play Nightmare, sacrifice Wall and return second Wall, and draw extra card each turn by this combo. You can, if you have 2 Blasted Arms, 1 on graveyard and 1 on table, you can sacrifice 1 Blasted Arm with no counters to return second copy to the table, so you will have permanent Blasted Arm. 5/5 creature with hexproof. It's so powerful. It's Shroud. It's old mechanic, but it's not important for us. And of course, we also have good combination with next card, the legendary for this deck. It's Hermit. The Ranged Hermit. The Rock. Yeah. As you can see, this card have expensive cost. You need to pay 5 mana in the next turn to don't sacrifice it. But at the end of the battlefield, he create 4 Squirrel tokens, and also here Lord, so Squirrels will be big, 2/2 each Squirrel. And with Nightmare, you must not pay the cost. On the next turn, just sacrifice him, pay Nightmare, and return by sacrificing a Wall or 1 of Squirrels to create more Squirrels. And you can do it each turn, and it will be really millions of fans, yeah, millions of aggressive 2/2 creatures. Also, next card is good for Nightmare 2, and good by itself. It's a Crossed Tusker. For 7 mana, 6/5 not so good, right? But it has cycling ability. For 3 mana, discard this card from your hand and draw a card. And on this card it has triggered ability. When you cycle it, you will search your library for a basic land, put it into your hand, then shuffle library. So when you cycle it, you will, at the first, search by trigger and then draw a card after shuffle. It gives you 2 cards, and the next turn you can play Nightmare, sacrifice some Wall, and have the 6/5 creature on the table. Nice. Nice non-land card in my version of the deck is my Elder. It's fine too. 2/1 for 3 mana. Not so bad, but very not good. At the same time, you can sacrifice this creature to draw a card, and when he put into graveyard, you will find 2 basic lands in your deck to your hand. And it's not important for what reason he will go to the graveyard. You can sacrifice it for draw card, sacrifice for Cabal Therapy, for Nightmare, for any effect, or just he can just die and block, and you still find your basic lands. And even if you draw a basic land by his ability, it's still fine, because draw 3 lands not so bad. Land tax banned in Premodern, yeah, and it's draw 3 lands. Now go to the lands in the deck. One of the most important creatures here is Treat of Villages land. For 2 mana it becomes 3/3 trample, ape, very fine. Sadly comes to the play tapped, but anyway, it's one of very good ways to win the games, especially against deck like Standstill. Dust Ball is great too. Its card helps us to destroy non-basic land, 1/1 more, and we can transform any of our cards in wasteland, right? Slightly expensive. Stabilization, 1 more wastes. Best that we can taken Premodern. It's better than City in this deck. And of course basic lands, especially this beautiful forest from Ice Age. It's very nice artwork. Now let's go to different options for deck that I have not in mind, but other people in the internet use. First one is Bird of Paradise, and I don't like it well. Actually, as I said before, we don't have the free mana spells to run him. I will show you later options with free mana cost, but it's not so, you know, good, so great to use Bird instead of Wall. Of course, Bird can block the flying creature, but Wall can block bigger creature. The next card that you could put into deck is a Phyrexian Rage. And it's cost 3 mana. It's like Wall of Blossoms, on the entrance battle draw a card, but you will lose 1 life. It's not so big problem. At the same time, he can block big creatures, but he can go to attack, because he 2-2. Interest. Also, we can use Call of the Heart, green spell, and creature. By help of the bird, you can play 3/3 Elephant on the second turn. I'm not sure that it's very important for our deck, because we're not gonna be so fast, but anyway, it's a good option. Also, this one card creates 2 creatures, so you can sacrifice them for some effects. But it's spell, so you can't return it into battlefield. And for main deck, you can also use edicts against, mostly I think against Dreadnought decks, because a lot of popular decks have 2 or 3 creatures in the table at the same time mostly, but Dreadnought now. You can use Diabolic or Chainer's Edict, it's slightly different, one sorcery, second instant, one have flashback, second have not. I prefer to use this card in sideboard. And last one card, it's not so popular in main deck. I even never seen main deck of the Rock, I think only in sideboard, but with this card, yes, Bird can be very great. Against control deck, you can play Phyrexian Arena on the second turn, draw extra card each turn, without any other options. It's good, but I'm not seeing that Bird so good to put it into your deck anyway. It's too small creature. Inside, but you can use Grave Hate like Tormod Script against any opponents that have combo with Graveyard to neutralize against enchantments and artifacts. Spike Feeder that help you against aggressive deck, mostly Sly. You can gain lives by his help. Phyrexian Plug. Good work against goblins, right? Again, it's can be played on the second turn by Bird, so maybe I'm not right and Bird not so bad. But anyway, people use it, so maybe it's a good decision for a specific meta game. One more free mana spell that can be played by the Bird on the third turn is a Choke. Good against any control, good against any blue deck, islands not on top, it's great effect. We also have a bunch of other. It's nice too. Again, like Hermit, he has Echo Cost, you can use it to kill creature, but it's you can pay Echo Cost for this 1/1 flying creature, but you don't play it. You can sacrifice it for Cabal Therapy or your Nightmares to return Hermit, maybe. Kailer of the Claw also can be interesting because you can combine it with Nightmare to return it from Graveyard and play Beers. And also it can be a good answer for opponent mass removal, or sometimes when you use your Pernicious Deed, you can kill opponent creatures, kill some of your walls and put Beers instead. This can be fine. And Wizard of Rage, I've seen it in the Cyber too. I think it's not so good like Thermod Script, but at the same time he can go to attack. And again, it's not all options. Black and Green have many options to Modern, and if you try to find in the Rock decklist on any website, it will be a lot of decklist and a lot of options that you can choose. Also, you can try to think something by yourself for your meta game. Thank you for watching up to the end. If you like this video, again, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel. Have a nice day. Bye.